Recording in progress. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। Excuse me for that. This kirtan, actually, this harmonium is not mine, so I am kind of low scale today.
Keep at the bottom of the Okay, Hare Krishna. I'm going to change the direction a little bit. Okay, somehow it's Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone on our Saturday afternoon satsang program. So thank you Jagdishwar Prabhu and Shyamamali Mataji for hosting today's program and inviting everyone. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarini Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare siren?
Door, I think.
Hmm.
Unwanted door opening.
It's locked, right? No, the outside only maybe, not because of that. No, it should be okay, Mataji.
ये कौन सा बटन दबाया आपने? फर्नेस?
What happened?
Furnace roof, someone opened.
Oh.
I think kids are down, someone opened door.
Okay.
Playing hide and seek.
Okay, little trouble with the kids. So, when you are surrounded by high technology, these kind of things keep happening. Smart homes, right? The downsides of smart homes. Okay. Done, bro? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so today I wanted to maybe continue on the same thought process what we discussed 2 weeks back. We were talking about the definition of success. How the success is defined by most people in this world. So how many of you were there during that time when we talked about that? Okay. So few of you were there, few of you are not there. So a little recap of that. What we define success. So okay. Anybody will like to recollect some of the points we mentioned? What is success defined by people generally in this world? Money, fame, material opulence. Right, so people define success in this world based on how much money you have collected, how big house you have, how many luxury cars you have, you are settled in America, you have a green card or a citizenship of America, your kids are going to a very reputed college, your kids are settled in their own career. So that is considered as a success in general by people. But still, no matter how much money people may have in their bank balance, how big houses they may have, ultimately, do we see that people are really happy? So that happiness still may not be there. There still is some emptiness in the heart of people. So we have to see what is success defined by 3 different other parameters. No, actually, total 3 parameters. One is what people say, like general public opinion. Generally, what we call as a public opinion. So public opinion is, this is what we discuss, this is what they define as success. But apart from that, we have to see what Shastras are saying, what is Shastra Mat, what is Sadhu Mat. So there are 3 parameters, Lokamat, Sadhu Mat, Shastra Mat. So if we really want to come to certain conclusion, we have to balance these 3. So Lokamat is success means lot of money, power, position, prestige. But Shastras defined success means developing our attraction for the Supreme Lord. मनुष्य जन्म पाया राधा कृष्ण नहीं भजया जाने सुनिया विष खाया. And then another quote which we quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, that was Shram eva hi kevalam. Na utpadyet yadi ratim shram eva hi kevalam. If all our occupational duties, while we are engaged in our so-called worldly duties, if we do not develop attraction for the Supreme Lord, ultimately, all these activities are shram eva hi kevalam. Useless waste of time, useless labor. Like a donkey working hard, thinking at the end of the day my owner is going to give me some green grass, some carrot, but he can find that anywhere. But he continues to work so hard, thinking my life will be successful, I will be happy after that. So Shastra says real success of life is to develop our relationship with the Supreme Lord. And then we looked at Sadhu Mat. Sadhu Mat is, we referred the discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. So, in summary, there were 4 questions which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked to Ramananda Rai. One question was, what is the highest education? Right? What is considered as the highest education? So, what is that? MBA degree, PhD, double PhD, double masters. So, what is considered as the highest education in this world? So, Ramananda Rai's reply was, so knowing the Supreme Lord. If somebody understands Krishna, somebody knows Krishna, that is the highest knowledge. Then what is the biggest wealth? That was another question. Among all the riches in this world, what is considered as the biggest riches? What is that? What is the answer of Ramananda Rai? Not having a 1 canal, 2 canal koti on the lake shore, on the river front. But what is the biggest riches? If somebody has the love for Krishna, that person is the richest person. And then, what is the biggest fame in this world? The biggest fame in this world. Somebody having a Bollywood star, Hollywood star, sports person, some business tycoon. Is that considered as a being famous in this world? So what is the biggest fame? Ramananda Rai replies, the biggest fame is to be known as a devotee of Krishna. That is the biggest fame in this world. We speak about so many wonderful characters from Ramayan, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj. And these people happened millions and millions of years ago. Still we talk about them. So what can be more fame than that? Right? The famous people of this world. Somebody is a famous Bollywood actress 30, 40 years back. Today people may not even know them. People may not even remember them. Somebody was a big politician 50 years back. These days people may speak negative about that person. Somebody was a big scientist, maybe did a lot of some discovery 100, 200 years back. Now how many people talk about that? Every time some new theories come up, then the people forget the previous theories and they remember the new ones. So all these things, people may try to become famous in this world, but that fame doesn't last. The biggest fame is to be known as a devotee of Krishna. So education, riches, fame, and then the 4th thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked was, among the miseries, among the anxieties, what is the biggest anxiety in this world? Having some disease, knee problem, health problem, not having enough money, not having a big enough house. Are those the miseries of this world? So what is Ramananda Rai's reply? What is the biggest misery? Separation from the devotees of the Lord. That is to be considered as the biggest misery. So out of good fortune, we come in the association of devotee. After coming in association of devotee, if we do not take advantage of that, if we lose that opportunity, that is to be considered as the biggest misery. Because that puts us again in a risk, in a danger to fulfill the purpose of this life. So the real success, we need to redefine success. Success is not that we came from India to America to make big in this world, to search for bigger, higher opportunities. Yes, while doing that, we need to seek out the real purpose of life. So 2 things which are most important, now start continuing from there. The 2 things which are most important, which we need to understand is destination and direction. And yes, 3rd thing is also important, that is vehicle. So if we know our destination, that's very good. Along with knowing the destination, if you know the direction also, that's even better. And if you have a perfect vehicle also to reach that destination, so you know the destination, you know the directions to reach the destination, you have a proper vehicle also, that is the perfect combination. Now, if you have a fantastic vehicle, but you don't even know what is your destination, is that vehicle going to help you? You have a perfect vehicle, you know the destination, but you don't know the map, you don't know the directions. Is that going to help you? No. You know the destination, you know the direction, you don't have a vehicle. Is that going to help you? So we need the combination of three things: destination, direction, and proper vehicle. Now we have got the proper vehicle in the form of this human form of life, which is considered as a rare opportunity. Durlabha manusha deha, dehi namu kshan bhangura. This human form of life is very rare opportunity, which can be lost at any time. There is no guarantee we'll see tomorrow sunrise. So this human birth is very rare and it can be lost at any time. We need to take a best advantage of that. So we have the proper vehicle. Now destination. What is our destination? What is the destination? Going to Indraloka, Brahmaloka, Swargaloka, going to Chardham Yatra. What is Chardham Yatra in America? Going to Disney World, Niagara Falls, Statue of Liberty, Las Vegas. So here people consider this as Chardham Yatra. So that is not the destination. So what is our destination? Going back to abode of Krishna, going back to Godhead. That is the ultimate destination which we need to know. And we need to know the direction, how to reach that destination. And that direction is following the process of Navada Bhakti, following the process of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. So following this process of Navada Bhakti, that is our direction. Right? That is the process which is going to lead us to that destination, utilizing this human form of life as a vehicle. Now, if we know the destination, you know the direction, but on the way you took a detour, what will happen? You will miss your destination. So what happens is sometimes we come in the process of spiritual life, but while being in the process of spiritual life, there are so many distractions. There are so many distractions come in the name of enjoying in this world, in the name of some material opulences, and because of those distractions, we just take a detour and we never come back on track. So just imagine, a boy is gone to college to study MBA. My father has a nice business. Father say, you go do MBA. After that, you can take care of my business. So father sends the boy, father sends the son to college to do MBA. So he can help him in his business. So the boy is gone to the college. What is his goal? Goal is to earn that degree so he can take over the business. Now, while going in the college, while studying there, if the son forgets the real goal of going to college, now he is distracted by going to movie theaters, going to parties, going to some pubs, casinos, sitting in the cafeteria, bunking the classes. So what happens? He had gone to a college for a certain goal, certain purpose, but on the way he got distracted and he has forgot the real goal. So he had forgot the right direction and he had taken the wrong path. And he has missed the right destination, the right goal for which he has gone to the college. Just imagine now, we had a program in Farmingtons and many devotees are coming from Troy, Rochester. So maybe the point was, yes, I want to reach there on time, to attend the program, to listen to Kirtan, attend the class. If some devotee started from Troy, from Rochester area, on the way they saw a sign of Detroit Zoo. It's still enough time. Let me go visit the zoo, take the kids to the zoo, visit there. So took a little detour and spent couple of hours there. And by the time reached to the program, what is happening? By the end, we are doing Granthra Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai, or we are saying Mahaprasade Govinde. So somebody has started on the path, but on the way got distracted and completely missed the real purpose for what he had started from the journey. So many examples I can give. Like somebody from Pune going to Bombay. Bombay, some senior devotee came, some Maharaj came and giving morning Bhagavatam class. From Pune, early morning they started. That we will reach Bombay by 8 o'clock for the class time. And on the way, the train stopped at the station. He gets down from the station, goes to the Bada Pav stall, just gets distracted by eating Bada Pav and just miss the train itself. And maybe he takes the next train and reaches to the class, and by that time, class is over. So many things happen. We take to the path, we know the direction, we know the destination, but many distractions come in our life which take us away from the real goal. And so many stories we can quote from Shastras on this point. You want to hear some examples? How many of you have heard the pastime of Ajamila? Okay, so maybe 50%. 50% people know the pastime of Ajamila. Ajamila, he was born as a Brahmana boy. He was trained in Brahmanical culture. He used to help his father performing the yagyas, performing the puja. So he was trained in that way. One day, he went to the forest to collect some flowers. And he happened to see a dirty scene, which is a very common scene these days. At that time, there was one Ajamila. I say now in this world, practically everybody is Ajamila. So Ajamila was distracted. He saw one dirty scene. He saw one prostitute embracing another Shudra person, low class person, engaging in that activity. And he saw that scene. Even though he came back, now his mind is just thinking about that. He was completely distracted by that. What was the end result? What ended up happening? He gave up his father, he gave up his mother, he gave up his young wife. He kicked them, everybody out of the house. He brought that prostitute and started living with the prostitute. And he started, so as he wanted to fulfill all the desires of that woman now, he started engaging in all sort of sinful activities. And he gave birth to 10 children through her. At the age of 80, he had a child which is just 3-4 years old. Because he completely gave up, even though he was trained in Brahmanical culture, but he forgot all that. He started doing all nonsense activities. And at the end of life, when the Yamadutas came to drive out his soul, to take him to hellish planets. So at that time, because of fear, he cried out the name of his youngest son. And by the mercy of some sages, they had inspired that woman to name the child as Narayan. So some previous Sukriti was there. So yes, out of that Sukriti, he ended up naming his son as Narayan. So at this end minute, when he is in such a anxiety, he called out to the name of his youngest son, Narayan, because he used to always call out of love, out of affection, he is always calling out the name of his son. Narayan, come here, Narayan, sit here, Narayan, eat, Narayan, drink, Narayan, go to bed. So now also he just called out the name of his son, Narayan, and immediately Vishnu Dutas arrived there. So, long story short, the point of this story, that even though we are practicing certain process, certain path, and distraction may come in the path and one can get distracted. As it happened in the case of Ajamila, and he completely gave up all the process, gave up all the practice. And because of chanting the name of the Lord, yes, he was given a second chance. The Vishnu Dutas came. Vishnu Dutas, it's not that Ajamila was directly taken immediately by Vishnu Dutas to Vaikuntha. So Ajamila got a second chance. After that, for next 12 years, Ajamila again, he gave up all that. He went to Haridwar. He engaged again in serving the Lord, hearing to Harikatha, chanting the name of the Lord, eating only prasad. So in that way, he was again able to come back on track and fulfill the goal of life. But now it may not happen with everybody. As I said, that time there was one Ajamila. Now there are practically everybody Ajamila. We can see so many dirty scenes everywhere. Some posters, some YouTube, some TV or something. So all these sources are to make everybody into Ajamila. So we need to understand what is my real destination, what is the direction, and we need to keep focus on that. Another example from Ramayana, when we are in the process of bhakti, there will be so many challenges there to test our sincerity, to test our determination. So now, because in few weeks Dashera is coming, then Diwali is coming, so it's good to kind of meditate on some of these pastimes also. So when all the Vanaras were going in search of Mother Sita, Sugriva had given 2 warnings to everybody. Anybody knows what are those 2 warnings?
Don't come back without any news of Mother Sita.
Okay, don't come back without the news.
1 month time.
Yes, so he gave 1 month time. So you have to come back within a month. So that was one. And second was if you do not return within 1 month, I will kill you. What was the reason Sugriv gave these 2 warnings? Why to scare these Vanaras? They are going in search of Mother Sita. Why to scare them?
They will
Right?
keep on searching and never come back. That's like
So they will keep on searching, they will never come back. Yes, if somebody is really sincere, that is what they're going to do, right? If they don't find in month, keep searching, keep searching, keep searching. But what was Sugriva's fear? Why he gave this 1 month time? Sugriva was thinking, see what happened to me. He was giving his own reference point. Lord Ramachandra gave 4 month time. That now for 4 months, you can take care of your kingdom, you can enjoy. After so long, you got your kingdom back. But he got so much into this enjoyment, Kama Bhoga, he did not return back after 4 months until Lakshmana went to chastise him. So Sugriva was thinking, see, I am a Kami monkey, Kami Vanar. I got distracted and I delayed the work of Lord Ramachandra, and these Vanaras also like that only, right? They are going in search of Mother Sita, and what happened? They go to some garden, some udyan, they eat some nice fruits, drink some nectar, eat some madhu, पूरा मस्त हो के वहीं पर सो जाएंगे. And what if they don't even find Mother Sita? They don't even go to find Mother Sita. They completely get distracted by their own enjoyment. So that's why time duration is important. So not only the goal is important, but setting the timeline also to fulfill that goal is important. And then if you do not come back within 1 month, I will kill you. Why is that thing? Because Sugriva was thinking, let's say even if they find Sita, find or not find, even if they find Sita, let's say they found Sita within 15 days. And they start thinking, Arey, abhi to samay hai. We still have time. They gave us 1 month. So aram se jayenge. We'll still take our time. We'll go later. So that was the reason Sugriva said, if you do not return, I will kill you. So that they take it as seriously, they take this responsibility. So in our case, what happens? That's why it is important to understand the goal of life, that we want to become sincere in the process of bhakti. We don't want to keep delaying, keep postponing it to tomorrow, keep postponing it to the next festival, keep postponing it to the next year. We need to commit to our process sincerely on a regular basis. We tell people chant the holy name, and many times people say, oh, abhi samay nahi hai, we'll start maybe in the next month, we'll start from the next festival, we'll start coming to the temple after 1 month. So otherwise these things will keep dragging on and on and on. There is no end to these things. Something else will come tomorrow. Today we may think, okay, after 1 month my situation will be much better, then I can maybe start coming to temple. But who knows, maybe something else will come up tomorrow. So we cannot wait for these kind of things. We have to take to this process seriously. That's why we cannot wait for taking to the process of bhakti for the old age. We cannot say, okay, बुढ़ापे में जाकर भक्ति करेंगे. अभी तो I need to earn a lot of money, I need to go on a world tour. Many times even the parents have hesitation or resistance when their children start engaging in process of bhakti. The parents will tell, "Arey, why to become so serious right now? पूरा जिंदगी पड़ा है. You have the whole life in front of you. You can do these things later. Right now focus on your career. Right now focus on enjoyment." People have no problem if their kids are drinking, if their kids are smoking, if their kids are going to pubs and casinos. But as soon as the kids start coming to temple, they become alarmed. What happened? इतना वैराग्य कहाँ से आ गया अभी से? Why to become so renunciant? I practically know in our local circle, somebody was interested in coming to temple. Parents said no. Abhi enjoy your life. So that's why timeline is very important. So Sugriva gave the timeline and these wanderers went in search. They were very excited in the beginning. They were very excited. So now we are talking about only the one party of wanderers which went in south direction. We are focusing on that. So these wanderers which went in the south direction, it includes in that party Angad as the leader. There is Hanuman, there is Nal Nil, there is Jambavan, and so many other Vanaras are there. So this particular party, this particular wing was very special wing, going in south direction. So first 15 days, they were very excited. They're searching for Mother Sita, forgetting everything. They forget about eating, drinking, taking rest, everything, and they're searching for Mother Sita. Very excited in the beginning, very enthusiastic. Going on the mountains, going in the caves, everywhere they're searching. After 15 days, what happened? They got Trishna. They started feeling hunger and thirst. They started feeling tired. So they started feeling this Trishna. What does this Trishna represent actually? In the life of a sadhaka also, this thing happened. In the beginning, we may be very excited, very enthusiastic when we come in the process of bhakti. Everything is new. We are experiencing so many new things. But as we move forward, sometime what happened? Then this Trishna comes. What is this Trishna?
Distraction.
Yes, distraction. What form of distractions?
Boredom. You feel like a bore of doing same thing.
Bhakti में boring लगने लगता है.
हर चीज में.
Yes, so because if we are doing it mechanically without understanding the real purpose, so bhakti में भी bore लगने लगता है. So that is one, okay. And other Trishna is, we start telling Krishna, see Krishna, I've been serving you for so long. I've been chanting your name for 6 months now. I'm doing some service also. थोड़ा तो ध्यान रखो इधर. Give me something. अभी थोड़ा job में promotion दिलाओ. Give me some little promotion in job. I'm looking for a nice girl for marriage, so please make some arrangement. So people get so many desires in the heart, and now these desires start coming. That is Trishna. And another form of Trishna is at the mental level. So this is at the physical level, which we talked. Now at the mental level, what is that? I'm glorifying you so much. You also make arrangement for my glorification. So please make me famous, give me some followers, give me some fans. So that sort of desires come. That is also another form of Trishna. So in the sadhaka's life also, that sort of distraction come, that we lose our enthusiasm, our determination, and at that time we need some guide, some mentor who can help us, who can inspire us to continue in the process. For the Vanaras, there was one guide, one mentor. Who is that? Hanuman. Hanuman is there to inspire them, to bring that new enthusiasm, inspiration. No, let's continue, let's continue. So the Vanaras, they were feeling hunger and thirst. Hanuman said, okay, let me make some arrangement for you guys. Let me find out something. So long story short, Hanuman found the cave. They all went inside the cave. There they saw a lot of nice trees, water, fruits. And in that cave, there was one woman performing austerities. Her name was Swayamprabha. So Swayamprabha, what does Swayamprabha represent? Swayamprabha represents our own enthusiasm or determination. Swayam ki prabha. Swayam prabha. Right? Swayam ki prabha. And to remind us of our atambal, our enthusiasm, our determination, sometimes we need somebody who can keep reminding us, Prabhuji, you can do this. Mataji, you can do this. Please do not give up. You can continue chanting 16 rounds. So sometimes we need this little external push who can keep reminding us. And that's why that we need a devotee like Hanuman who can keep connecting us with our own internal strength. And when all these Vanaras reached at the shore of ocean, when Swayamprabha arranged them to go out of that cave and reach at the shore of ocean, what did Swayamprabha tell them? Mundo nayan bibar taji jao. Okay? Mundo nayan, close your eyes, bibar taji jao, and then you will go out of this cave. So what does this significance of this statement here in sadhaka's life? Mundo nayan bibar taji jao. We also need to go out of some cave. Right now we are in a cave. We need to go out of that cave. What is that cave? The so-called our self-imposed responsibilities, or rather than better to say self-imposed obligations. And we have been working so hard on various aspects. That's why it's called Graha Karaj Nana Janjala. All these worldly responsibilities, they are like a big net, strong net to keep us tight hold into that one. So Graha Karaj Nana Janjala. We have so many household chores to finish, so many household responsibility. And that is also self-imposed. Maybe we are okay to live in a 2000 square feet house, but we want 4000 square feet house. 2 member in the family, 3 member, maybe 2 room, 3 room house is enough, but we need a 5000 square feet house with 6 rooms and 4 bathrooms and so much things. And then it will take, of course, so much time to clean that. And then there is so much of outdoor yard work or something to maintain that. तो घर के अंदर की सफाई, घर के बाहर की सफाई, it takes so much time. So that is self-imposed responsibility. And then I see parents, they put their kids into so many different activities. बच्चे को कराटे भी सिखाना है, बास्केटबॉल भी सिखाना है, टेनिस भी सिखाना है, स्विमिंग भी सिखाना है, सोकर भी सिखाना है, मैथ क्लास में भी डालना है, साइंस ओलंपियाड में भी डालना है, मैथ ओलंपिक्स में भी डालना है, so many different things. I don't know what they want to make the child. They want to make the child into some Aflatun or what? They are torturing the child also, and they are torturing themselves also, driving the child into so many different activities. So that is also self-imposed responsibilities. Grah karaj nana janjala. And then social circle. Oh, we have so much of big of a social circle. Tomorrow this friend's birthday, tomorrow that friend's anniversary. And people are busy going into all these sort of different activities, and then they say, I don't have time to come to temple. I do not have time to come to satsang program because I am busy with satisfying my social circle. So all our life, what we do is we try to impress others. Some people are busy taking care of their body. Just spending 1 hour, 2 hour every day in the gym because I should look good. I should look young. Everybody want to look good and young. If you want to impress an old person, if you want to make an old person happy, tell that old person, you look so young. That person will be immediately become so happy. And if you want to insult a young person, tell him, hey, you look so old. So everybody want to look young. Everybody want to look handsome. And why somebody is doing all this bodybuilding is just to impress others. And then to impress others, we want to make some status. Right? We want to uphold our status. I should be in a good position in the job. Because otherwise, what will people say? If I go to India, people say you are 10 years in America. What is your position there in the company? When I go to India, people will ask me, did you buy your own house? What kind of car you drive? Oh, you are still driving Toyota Corolla? See, that person just 2 years back, he went to America and he is driving a Lexus. You have been into 10 years and you are still driving a Toyota Corolla. So people want to maintain their status. The status symbol. That's why I have to wear some nice branded clothes also to maintain my status. So all these things, what is that? These are all self-imposed responsibilities. Grah karaj nana janjala. And from this sutra of Ramayan, whatever we are learning, we also need to come out of that. Bibarata jijao. And how to do that? He says, mundo nayana. Close your eyes. So we also need to close our eyes towards all these various things. Right? Maintaining the social status. What will people think about me? What does people say about me? So if sometime we need to just close our eyes to not bother about these things, we can very politely tell other person, somebody invites us to party, somebody invites us to birthday, anniversary or something. Doesn't need that you have to go there for all 4 hours, 5 hours. We can go for 15-20 minutes, half an hour, show your face, give them the gift and come back. We don't have to stay there for the full party time. And at the most also, other way also is politely we can tell, oh, I already had another commitment. So sorry, I cannot come. Long back, I already had committed to go somewhere else. So if we really want, there are many ways. So that's why when we come in the association of devotees, we can learn how to handle these different situations. So mundo nayana bibarata jijao. Because if we want to focus on our destination, then we need to keep focus on the map, right? Directions. Otherwise, you will take a big detour and you will never come back on the right path. Or even if you come back, keep taking detour, keep coming, keep taking detour, keep coming back. We are prolonging our own existence in this world and we are prolonging our own sufferings in this world. And then the next sutra from Ramayan which comes. As all the Vanaras, they close their eyes, they come reach at the shore of the ocean. Now they see in the front there is an ocean. Where else to go now? Where to find Sita? We have done all south direction, we covered everything. Now we are in front of the ocean. Our situation is aage kuwa piche khai. Where to go now? आकाश से गिरे खजूर में अटके. So there is nothing to eat also. And who is going to drink the salted water of ocean? So in both situations, they said our death is certain. Now we cannot find Sita, and we will die out of hunger here. There is nothing to eat, no fruits, no kandamul, no water. And if we go back empty-handed, Sugriv will kill us. So in both situations, our death is certain. One Vanara by the name Tar, he suggested to Angada, we have one option open for us. What is that? Let's go back to that same cave. In that cave, there was very nice arrangement. There were big palaces inside that cave made of gold, pearls. There is nice fruits, water, all eatables are available. Forget Sugriv, forget Sita. Let's all go back to that cave and just establish our own kingdom there and live happily ever after. And Angad became very happy. Yes, very good proposal. We should do that. So what is this particular point indicate here? From sadhaka's point of view, what happens in our life also, sometimes this type of thought process come in the mind. When for some time we are in the process of bhakti, as you said, it start feeling bored. हमें लगने लगता है ये तो बोरिंग हो गया, अभी कुछ रस नहीं आ रहा है इसमें. मजा नहीं आ रहा. I have been doing so many things, I am not seeing any effect, seeing any result. I am not taking care of my material life also. Right? I am not putting much energy into my professional life or to satisfy my social circle also. And I am not doing anything much better in my spiritual life. Better give up. Let me try to fix something in my material life only. So that type of thoughts start coming in the mind. So again, at that time, who is needed? A leader who will correct us, a mentor who will guide us, who will try to remove all sort of negative thoughts there, right? Who will say, don't get discouraged. Just continue and success is guaranteed. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, on this path there is no loss. Even if we do not make 100% success in this life, in the spiritual practice, but whatever progress we make, that's not lost. So do not worry, continue on this process. So for the Vanaras, there was one mentor like that, one guide like that, that is Hanuman. Again, Jambavan will come later. Yes, Jambavan is also Guru, he is also mentor, but here Hanuman who talks to Angad and try to correct him. What does Hanuman say? Because Hanuman was able to understand, see, this is like rebelling against Sugriva. He wanted to establish his own kingdom. So he told Angad, what do you think? You will go to the cave and you think nobody will find out and you can live there happily? Sugriva will come to know, Lord Ramachandra will come to know, Lakshmana will come and Lakshmana will carry his bow and arrow, he will shoot one arrow and he will destroy the whole cave. And you think you guys will be able to run away anywhere? So Hanuman talked from the point of Dand and Bhed Niti. Okay, we said Sama Dama Dand Bhed. So this is Danda Niti. That Lakshmana will come, you think that cave is imperishable, with Lakshmana's one arrow that cave will be destroyed. And on top of that also, actually you think these wanderers are going to stay with you forever? Today they are saying let's go to that cave and live there happily, there is nice food, nice place to stay, but few days later ultimately they are Vanara, monkeys only. Monkey is very chanchal. What is that chanchal? That flickering mind. Few days later they will start remembering their family. They will remember their son, they will remember their wife, they will remember their fame and family and home and all, and they will try to run away. And you will be left alone. So don't entertain that idea. So when these thoughts start coming, oh, let me just try to manage my material life only, better let me make my material life successful. We need to understand nobody is going to come with us. For whom we are spending so much time, we are trying to take care of so many different things. Ultimately, at the end of life, nobody is going to come with us. You came alone in this world and you have to go alone. And nothing is going to go with you. Not a single paisa is going to go with you. So material bank balance versus spiritual bank balance. Material bank balance is going to stay here only. No matter how much you accumulate. But the spiritual bank balance is the one which is going to come with you. So Hanuman at that time again guided. So same way in our life, we always need somebody who can continue to inspire us, continue to motivate us to progress in this path of spiritual life. Of course, distractions will come. But before you take a detour, consult somebody. Right? Take guidance rather than taking a big detour and then just getting lost. And again, when we progress on the path of spiritual life, many distractions will come. Now, fast forward, moving forward. Sampati told them, yes, Sita is there on the other side. Sita is in Lanka. And you need to, somebody who can cross this 100 yojan ocean, that person will be able to find Sita. Everybody started telling about their own strength. Jambavana at that time, Jambavana inspired. Now Jambavana's role come. Jambavana told his story. When I was young, I was so powerful that I was able to do 7 pradakshina of Vaman Dev. The Vaman Dev in 3 footstep, he measured the whole universe. पूरे ब्रह्मांड को नाप दिया. So the size of Vaman Dev is like the size of Brahmand. And Jambavana is saying in the duration of 1 ghadi. 1 ghadi is how much? Time calculation. It's like few seconds. In that duration, he said, I did 7 parikrama of Vaman Dev. So he went around the whole universe 7 times in that few seconds. That was the power of Jambavana. But now he said, I am old. I do not have capacity to even jump across 1 yojan, but to speak of 100 yojan ocean. And he started asking everybody, you tell your strength. Who can jump over this 100 yojan ocean? And everybody started telling. So we are talking about 100 yojan. One wanderer said, I can jump across 10 yojan. मैं 10 योजन की छलांग लगा सकता हूँ. Somebody said, I can jump across 20 yojan. Somebody said 30 yojan. Somebody said 40 yojan, 50 yojan. How much is 1 yojan? No idea. So how much is this 100 yojan ocean, the length of ocean? 1 yojan means 4 kos, 4 kos. And 1 kos is 2 miles. So 1 yojan is 8 miles. Okay, 1 yojan is 8 miles, 100 yojan is 800 miles. And these vanaras are saying, I can jump 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles, not meters, miles. Now our capacity is what? In Olympics, somebody is doing a long jump, high jump, 15 meter, 20 meter at the most, how much they can jump. And these vanaras have so much strength, they said, we can jump 50 yojan. And then Angad came forward. He said, I can jump 100 yojan. And everybody became very happy. Yes, Angad can go 100 yojan, he will jump. But then Angad said, I have doubt. I know I will jump, I will go on the other side, I will jump across 100 yojan, but there is no guarantee I will come back. Why? What is the problem? If you can jump 1 time 100 yojan, you go there, search Sita, take some rest, again jump and come back. If you can jump once 100 yojan, what is the problem jumping back again 100 yojan? His problem was something else. So Angad is saying, I can go, but there is no guarantee I will come back. Why? He said, I am like a Kami Vanara. And Lanka is made of gold. So Angad ki problem, his problem was not physical strength. Yes, he had physical strength. His problem was, I will be caught by Kanchan and Kamini. This Lanka is made of gold, so much opulence is there, so much wealth is there. I will go there and I will be infected by that. I will not be able to come back. I will be caught over by Kanchan and Kamini, and there are so many beautiful girls there, and I will be just distracted by that. So better I don't go. So know your weakness. Rather than boasting, I can do this, better is to know our own weaknesses. Just be aware of your weakness and try to avoid that, putting yourself into that situation. And then Sampati had told only that person who can cross over this 100 yojan can go on the other side and find Sita. Sita is Bhakti Devi. So in this world, we also need to find Bhakti. And we need to bring Bhakti in our life. And somebody who can cross over this 100 yojan can find Sita, can find Bhakti. What does this 100 yojan ocean represent? As a tattvic meaning, this 100 yojan ocean, it represents our Deha Abhiman, the false ego, the pride which we fill up in this life. See, the ocean has two shores. One shore they are standing, on the other shore Sita is there. So ocean has two shores. Our human life also have two shores, birth and death. And at the end of death, what do we need to find? What we need to achieve? Going back to Godhead, going back to Goloka. So that is the destination, that is the result we want to achieve. And who can achieve that? For that we need to cross this 100 yojan, and that 100 yojan is Deha Abhiman. Because from birth till death, what generally happens, we fill ourselves with so much of ahankar, we fill ourselves with so much of pride, envy for others. At the time of birth, everybody is what, 2-3 kg? The child is born, what is the weight at the time of birth? 2.5 kg, 3 kg, 3.5 kg. And when somebody dies, they do the Antim Sanskar. After that, what is remaining? The ashes, some small part of bones are remaining, asthiyan jo bolte log. So when they collect these ashes, they fill up in a pot, matke mein bhar lete hain. At that time, the total weight of that whole pot is again 2-3 kg. At the time of birth, we came as 2-3 kg. At the time of death, when we will go, the ashes will remain 2-3 kg. But in between, we become so heavy. With what? Deha Abhiman. We fill ourselves with so much of these contaminations. So if we really want to find Sita Devi, if we really want to find Bhakti Devi, we need to give up this Deha Abhiman. That is what this 100 yojan ocean represents, which somebody need to cross over to go find Sita. And then Jambavan is asking, see, now my time is done. It's your time. So he is like a motivational speaker. See, it's not that the manager of the team, the leader of the team, he keep glorifying himself. Oh, I used to do this. I used to do this much. One need to understand that now my time is done. Now my role is different. My role is now to inspire others. That yes, you can do this. Prabhuji, you can do this. You can organize this festival now. Okay? So that is the role of a leader. Not keep hanging in the past that I used to do so many things. I used to do this and that. Now my role is done. Now my role is different, to inspire others. So Jamvan took that role and he started telling, and he looked at Hanuman and started telling Hanuman, what are you thinking? Hanuman was sitting on a side, just sitting on a slab and absorbed in his thoughts. When all these wanderers were telling, I can jump across 10 yojan, 20 yojan, 30 yojan. Hanuman is deep absorbed in his own thoughts. And Jamvan saw, where is Hanuman? And then he started reminding Hanuman, Pavan Tanay Bal Pavan Samana. You are Pavan Putra. Your strength is so much. Your strength is like your father Pavan Dev. Bal Buddhi Vidya Nidhana. You are very powerful. You are very intelligent. So he started glorifying Hanuman based on his family lineage, based on his own bodily and strength and intelligence. Hanuman is not paying any attention. See, sometimes if you want to inspire somebody, you want to glorify, you start glorifying them. One way of glorifying somebody is glorify their family lineage. अरे आप कितने बड़े कुल से आ रहे हो, आपका परिवार कितना महान है, your family lineage is so great, you belong to such a nice family. Like Prabhupada also used this method, right? Prabhupada was telling, all you American and European boys and girls. You have so many opulences in your country. You can use it in Krishna service. So Prabhupada is inspiring them based on their what they have in terms of as their background. Krishna is telling Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, "Hey Partha, you are son of Pritha. You are coming from a great family lineage. Hey Bharat, you are the descendant of Bharat." So that is one method to inspire somebody by because of their family lineage. The second method is to inspire somebody is glorifying about their physical strength, their intelligence. So Jamvan tried both ways. It did not affect Hanuman. Because Hanuman is neither in Deha Bhav or Geha Bhav. He is not in bodily consciousness, he is not in a family centered consciousness. What is Hanuman? Hanuman is in Ram Sneha Bhav. तो हनुमान जी ना तो देह भाव में है ना गेह भाव में है, वो भगवान के स्नेह भाव में है. So Hanuman did not budge, and then Jamvan said the next thing. Ram kaaj lagi tab avatara. So your birth is to fulfill the task of Lord Ramachandra. And as soon as Hanuman heard that, he immediately rose up. Yes, Jai Shri Ram, and he started expanding his body. He became like a huge mountain. And all the Vanaras, they are seeing. See, all of us were like same size, 5-6 feet Vanaras. And one of us now has become such a gigantic Vanara, such a huge size. Now coming back to our worldly situation. If one among us gets up and tells, tomorrow I am going to be the leader of this team. If 5-6 people in the cafeteria, they are sitting and eating their lunch. And one of the friends gets up and tells, tomorrow I'm going to become the manager of this team. What will be the reaction of all other people? Hey, sit down. What do you think of yourself? ये अपने आप को बड़ा समझते हो? तू क्यों बनेगा? मैं नहीं बन सकता. So why you? Why not me? So there immediately what comes? Envy. Right? If somebody, all 5-10 devotees are practicing for 10 years and all of a sudden one devotee become popular. One devotee because of his some talent or something, some accomplishment, he is now very famous or something, and immediately what comes? Envy. That how come he was also like us only? Now how come he is well known? He is becoming so big. So envy comes, and that is what is a blockage in our path of bhakti. That again derails us from our destination. But what happened to the Vanaras? Hanuman became very big, and these Vanaras started clapping. Yay, yay, one of us, Hanuman, he has become so big. They started clapping. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. The Prabhupada also tells one story, the tendency of this material world. He tells the story of Mr. Poncho. Okay? One boy from the village, Mr. Poncho, he went to the city, and there he became a magistrate. Somebody from the village had gone to the city and he saw, our village boy, this Poncho has become a magistrate. He has become such a big person. He came back to the village and told everybody. Apne gaon ka ladka, this Poncho has become a big guy there, magistrate. And all these people, they started laughing. Hey, you made a mistake maybe. He cannot be our Poncho. We know him. He cannot be like that. Maybe you made a mistake. No. It was Poncho only. He became a magistrate. Maybe he was just wearing some costume or something. Maybe some drama company costume. You made a mistake. No. I saw with my own eyes. He was sitting in the court on the judge bench and he was giving the judgment. And these villagers are talking, hey, this boy, he became so big. He used to play here in his childhood, roam around in this street and wipe his nose. And he became so big. So that is the tendency of people in general in this world. They want to bring other person down. If somebody is becoming big in this world, other people want to bring that person down. Because either you become big yourself, you try to uplift yourself, or the easiest way is to feel yourself that I am also something, bring other person down. Then you will naturally, ultimately become big. So here the Vanaras, they are teaching even the monkeys. The monkeys have that kind of attitude. They are seeing Hanuman became all of a sudden so big, and they started kind of clapping and glorifying Hanuman. Yes, you can do it. And then as Hanuman jump across the ocean, again fast forward. Before Hanuman takes a flight to cross the ocean, there are so many things, so many points we can discuss. So many nice, what do you call, siddhantas are there. Hanuman, as he is ready to jump across the ocean, he climbed onto the Mahendra Parvat to jump across that ocean, and at that time he is constantly remembering Lord Ramachandra. He is, before they had started, when all the Vanaras came to see Lord Ramachandra met everybody, and Hanuman came at the end. Okay, Hanuman sabse baad mein aaye. And Lord Ramachandra pulled Hanuman close to him, put both his hands on Hanuman's head, kind of blessing him. And Hanuman, after that, he forgot everything else. Hanuman is just thinking. He is just thinking, Lord Ram's hands are on my head. He is just completely absorbed in that thought. He is not remembering anything else. Bhagwan ke haath mere sar par hain. And he is feeling that shade of Lord Ramachandra. Bhagwan ki chhatra chaya mere upar hai. He is not feeling any sunshine. I am under the shade of Lord Ramachandra's hands. So when Hanuman was ready to jump, he is just remembering Lord Ramachandra, taking the name of Lord Ramachandra. If I will be able to do anything, it's by the strength of Lord Ramachandra, not my own strength. Bar bar Raghuvira Sambhari. He is again and again remembering Lord Ramachandra. And that is another very important sutra. Even though we may be doing our own work in this world, you may be doing your office work, you may be doing your household chores, but if we remember Lord Ramachandra, all that work becomes very easy. All that work becomes completed in a timely manner. Hanuman had such a big challenge to cross over the ocean to find Sita, but because he is remembering Lord Ramachandra always, all the obstacles were removed. All the challenges were solved, and he was able to fulfill the real task. So bar bar Raghubir Sambhari. So same way for us in our life, knowing the goal, the destination, and understanding that what is the direction. The direction is I need to continue on this path of Navada Bhakti, chant the holy name, hear Harikatha, engage in the service of the Lord, engage in the service of the devotees. That is my roadmap. When we travel in plane, you are carrying maybe 2 suitcases, 23 kg each. You go to the airport. You drop your luggage at the check-in counter. So you are not carrying that suitcase all the time. So you just drop that suitcase once, luggage ko ek bar jama kara diya. After that you are left with your passport and ticket. So you are taking care of your passport and ticket, not all the luggage with you. So same way in this world, while doing our activities, we don't have to worry about all the work all the time. We need to focus on our passport and the ticket. And that passport is the passport of, what is that passport?
Real identity, good karma of this world, and we have to do God's will.
Yes. So that is our ticket, right? The ticket is for that destination, and that passport is our again engaging in the spiritual activity, our process of Navada Bhakti under the guidance of the spiritual master, under the guidance of all the senior Vaishnavas. So we just need to focus on that one. We don't have to keep thinking about all the other worldly obligations and responsibilities. So bar bar Raghuvir Sambhari. And what did Lord Rama do? Because Hanuman is always remembering Lord Ramachandra. Bar bar Raghuvir Sambhari. Replace Ra with La. Bal Bal Raghuvir Sambhali. Lord Ramachandra took care of each and every hair on Hanuman's body. He did not even get one single hair on Hanuman's body get hurt. Even though Hanuman's tail was put on fire, not one single hair was harmed. Bal Bal Raghuvir Sambhali. And so if we take shelter of Lord Ramachandra, if we take shelter of the Lord, while doing our responsibilities in this world, while moving towards our real goal, then Lord Ramachandra takes care of everything. Then the Lord takes care of everything. Even though on the way many difficulties may come. So Hanuman jumped across, he took the flight. The first obstacle on the path of Hanuman was Mainak Parbat. And this Mainak Parbat was a mountain of gold. So this mountain of gold came up. Samudradev told this mountain, you go and give shelter to Hanuman, give him some rest, because Hanuman's father had done some favor on you. In the olden time, the mountains were also having wings. Okay, the mountains had wings and they used to fly and they can land anywhere. Once one mountain landed in a ashram and destroyed everything, and Indra became very upset. Indra took his vajra and cut off the wings of the mountain. He started cutting off the wings. And this Mainak, he wanted to protect himself and he flew from there. And at that time, Vayudev, Pavanadev helped him. Vayudev gave a big push, like a tornado. He gave a big push and this mountain came over the ocean. And then Vayudev pushed it inside to go inside the ocean to take shelter there. So this Mainak was living in the ocean. So Samudradev told. See, Samudradev said, Hanuman is going for the work of Lord Ramachandra, and the family lineage of Lord Ramachandra, they have done big favor on me. Because of Raghuvansh only, Samudra was created. Because of the descendants of Sagar Maharaj, this Samudra was created. So he said, I have a big favor from the family of Lord Ramachandra. And Hanuman's father, Pavandev, he also did a favor on you. So we both need to pay our debts. So you go and give shelter to Hanuman, give him some rest. So this Mainak Parbat came up. He told Hanuman. All of a sudden this Mainak came up, Hanuman was flying over. Hanuman could not break. Hanuman went and his chest hit the Mainak Parbat, and Mainak Parbat kind of twisted upside down. He came again back up, and then Mainak Parbat told, Hanumanji, please take some rest. I have come here to do some service for you. And Hanuman said, sorry, I cannot take any rest. Ram kaj kije bina mohe kahan vishram. I cannot take any rest. I need to first finish the task of Lord Ramachandra. And Mainak said, no, please just take some rest. See, you have been traveling for so long. एक महीने से ज़्यादा हो गया, आप लोग सब भटक रहे हैं. Now take some rest. There is a nice spa here. All the nice eatables. So you take some rest. And Hanuman said, no, I cannot take any rest before I finish the task of Lord Ramachandra. So Hanuman just touched Mainak Parbat with his hand as a gesture of accepting his service. And Hanuman said, let me please move over. Continue. So that was the first obstacle on the path of Hanuman. And in the sadhaka's life also, this obstacle comes. So what does Mainak Parbat represent as an obstacle in the life of a sadhaka? That is, Lord also going to test us. Sometime these opulences come in life. Lord gives us some opulence sometime. Somebody got a nice house, they got distracted now. Gone. Some other opulence came, he got some nice high paying job, some hike in the salary. Let me take a vacation now. Let me go to Bahamas, go to Miami, go to Vegas, this or that. And people gets into this enjoyment mentality. So all these are opulences which can also be a distraction in our real goal. And we can easily take that detour thinking, oh, there's no harm, let me just take a detour. So we need to be very careful. Like Hanuman. Hanuman was very careful. He was always sachet, very active. So he did not get distracted by that. So same way a sadhaka need to be very, very careful with all these different distractions. Doesn't mean, yes, you cannot take any vacation anytime. Once in a while, yes, you can take a break, you can take your family on a vacation, but that should not become as a normal thing every month. Every month for a few days now I'm going on a vacation. Every few weeks or something I'm going to take a break now. So we need to be very careful about these things. So that was the break. And so what is that Mainak? Mainak is Sone ka Pahad. golden mountain, so na. It also gives another sutra, so na, so mat jana, right? Do not get into relaxing mode. I have done enough. Now let me give up this process for some time. Again, I will take up later. Always be alert. Many times, as we were saying earlier in the beginning, many people will come, maybe our family members, our relatives, or our social circle, and they will try to discourage us. You want to progress in bhakti very fast. Somebody will come and tell you, अरे इतनी क्या जल्दी है, अभी तो बहुत लाइफ पड़ा है, there is so much time, why so hurry? You can take it a little slow. So many times this will come, why chanting 16 rounds? Just ठीक है 15 मिनट 10 मिनट जप करो, enough. Why to become so serious? So many times people will come to discourage us. So we have to be very alert. That was the first obstacle. Now there are many other obstacles. Second obstacle was Sursa. Third obstacle was Singhika, who was residing inside and who was catching the shadow. So what does these demons represent? Maybe we'll talk some other time. As a conclusion here, I want to mention one point, because we started with the topic of destination and direction. And if we know clearly, if we have a very clear understanding what is my destination and what is my direction, what is my roadmap, so we need to keep focused on that. Hanuman stayed focused on his goal, and he was able to, on the strength of Lord Ramachandra, he was able to conquer all the obstacles on the path. And when he reached Lanka, he saw the Lanka, all the glittering of Lanka. The Lanka is shining, the gold, city of gold. All the palaces are made of gold and everything. Again, Hanuman climbed up on a mountain and saw the Lanka. And Hanuman, even though he saw all this glittering, he again focused on his goal. My goal is to find Sita Devi here, not to get distracted by the opulences of the city. So Hanuman, overall, he climbed up on 3 mountains during his journey. First mountain was in the forest to search for water and food. That was the first mountain Hanuman climbed up when he saw the cave of where Prabha was living. So that was the first mountain. And that mountain, what does that mountain represent in sadhaka's life? That mountain represents the mountain of faith. So in our life also, when we get distracted, we need to continue with faith. Climb up on the mountain of faith. Even though our intelligence may be bewildered, buddhi bahut sare tark degi, but at that time we need to keep on with that faith. So climbing up on the mountain of faith. Second mountain Hanuman climbed up was Mahendra Parvat, to jump across the ocean. That mountain represents the mountain of thoughts, mountain of vichar. So sometimes you need to do little rationalization, that yes, these people are telling me in the material world to progress in material world, that is the definition of success. But I need to consult other people, what is the real definition of success? What is Shastra mat? What is Sadhu mat? So the mountain of vichar. The third mountain Hanuman climbed up in Lanka. As he arrived in Lanka, Subel Parbat. That mountain represents the mountain of Vairagya, mountain of renunciation. Because otherwise this Lanka is glittering. That's city of gold. So many opulences. So if we want to see Subel Parbat. No problem. So first was mountain of faith, second was mountain of thoughts, third is mountain of renunciation. Because in this world also we can get distracted with so many different things, right? The glittering of this world. So we need to see this world with the eyes of renunciation, vairagya. We need to see, I have come in this world, my real goal is to find bhakti. My real goal is to get out of this world, material world, and go to Krishna. That is the goal of my existence here right now in this world. So I don't want to get distracted with all other things. So looking with the eyes of renunciation, climbing upon the mountain of renunciation. So Hanuman climbed upon these three mountains, and that's why he was able to avoid the fourth mountain. If we climb upon these three mountains, then we are able to avoid the fourth mountain. And this fourth mountain is the mountain of pride, ahankar, on which Ravana was sitting. So Ravana is also sitting on one mountain, Trikut Parvat, where his Lanka is situated. And Ravana, that mountain represents actually the mountain of pride. So we need to avoid climbing onto the mountain of pride. Then only we can be successful in this process of bhakti, avoiding envy, our mithya ahankar, deha, what is that? Deha abhiman, pride. So we need to avoid those, and then we can very smoothly sail through our destination. And when we come to this satsang program, what is satsang? So the next part of this episode is Hanuman met Lankini. And Lankini was not letting Hanuman go inside Lanka. She was the doorkeeper. Right? So she was not letting him go. And then Hanuman finally gave one punch. Ek mukka mara usko. And then immediately, as soon as she was kicked by Hanuman, one punched by Hanuman, immediately she came to her senses. She got satsang with Hanuman. And that was lava matra satsang. Lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoye. So she got lava matra satsang of Hanuman and got the perfection of her life. So what does satsang represent? Satsang is like a boxing match. When we come to satsang, means we need to be punched. Our ego need to be punched. That is real satsang. If we come in satsang, and after you go out of the satsang, there is no change in us, and we are as it is, same thing, means we do not have got any kicks. Our ego has not been crushed. So somewhere our ego need to be crushed after coming to the satsang, after hearing all these things. So satsang doesn't mean some nice sweet stories only. ऐसा नहीं है कि कहानी सुना बड़ा मजा आया, अरे प्रभु जी बहुत अच्छा बोला, अच्छा क्या बोला बताओ कुछ तो, वो तो मैं भूल गया. I forgot everything. So somewhere that's why our ego need to be kicked. That is really satsang. The Prabhupada will speak very heavy many times. He will speak the heavy words also. Because to crush the ego, crush those, to destroy these misconceptions. So satsang means our misconceptions are being kicked, destroyed, our ego is being punctured. That is the purpose of satsang. And then we can stay focused on our goal and direction. Okay, with that I will stop here. ग्रंथा श्रीमद् रामायण की जय, ग्रंथा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, comments? Okay, and thank you everyone who are able to join on Zoom. So it was a very, whatever we covered from Sundarkand to kind of link with our this topic here, it's a very brief. There's so many details we can go through. Okay, and all this lecture series is actually available. The Ramayan lecture series is there, where much more longer details, all these pastimes has been described. But again, when we hear these pastime by linking it with some practical situation, that's where it helps us. So again, not just hearing katha, not just hearing stories. Satsang doesn't mean Dadi Ma ki kahaniyan, right? Like bedtime stories. We have heard maybe many bedtime stories, Ramayan, Mahabharata, all these stories. But did it really make any difference for us? Did it really sink into our heart? So it's not, that's why Krishna Katha is not like a bedtime story. It's not a story. There is a difference in kahani and katha. And I think last time I mentioned this. So when we come to satsang, when we listen to katha, don't become like a, what was the word I used? Katha proof. Don't become katha proof. Like we have a waterproof watch or something, and it goes in water and still remains unaffected. So same way, coming to katha and not getting unaffected, right? Still remain unaffected. That is katha proof. So don't become katha proof. So, any question, comment?
Prabhuji, you are telling a lot of good information actually. So in between there are so many things are coming, like 100 yojan and all that kind of thing. No, if suppose anything like we have available that knowledge, like we have to connect it with some scientific current situation also. If suppose that information is available, or like anything in today's time we can confirm it, like okay, on that time it has happened, and on that time if suppose we can correlate like how far that time was. So because like Krishna, we are most of the time we are hearing okay, it's like a 5,000 year, that time was. So but we really do not know. Sometime like people are mentioning it is much far, means like it's very old time, not just 5,000 years ago. So if any scientific proofs are there, like in Ramayan or anywhere?
There are many scientific proof.
Yeah.
First of all, existence of this Rama Setu, that they are finding that yes, this Rama Setu did exist.
Right.
And how old is Rama Setu, how old is Ramayan, how old are the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. So the knowledge, there is a method of acquiring knowledge. We are very rational people, we are scientific people, and we want to understand everything very scientifically. We want the proof.
No,
So,
like it's a question basically.
yes.
It's not like no doubt about that thing, but we want to know.
Right, so it's okay to have that sort of mindset, but ultimately we have to understand in this world, whatever we try to prove scientifically, that is not foolproof, right? Because whatever we are trying to do scientifically, whatever instruments we are using, ultimately that instrument is made by human, and there is a human error. There is some beginning, what do you call as when we solve any math problem, on the beginning we write something, assumption, assume. So it starts with assumption. Any scientific theory, any scientific research, or even building this instrument, it starts with some assumptions. Let's assume this. So when it is starting with some assumption, there is always going to be some faults in that. So the method of acquiring knowledge, there is a scientific method, what we can see, what we can hear, what we can smell, taste, touch, that is based on our sense perception. Right? We want to understand the things based on our sense perception, which is always going to be faulty because our senses are limited. If I put a pen in a water glass, from distance you will see that pen is bent. Now in reality, is that pen bent? But we are perceiving it that way. And based on that, now you do some experiment, there is always going to be some fault in that. So our senses are limited, our senses are prone to make mistake, our senses have a tendency to be illusioned. So that's why whatever we are perceiving based on our senses, there is always going to be a problem with that. That method is never a perfect method of acquiring knowledge. Then the second method is assumptions, right? Logic, not assumption, logic. We try to understand certain things based on logics. We try to understand certain things based on our own rationalization, our hypothesis. And again, that method is also prone to errors. Based on my own mental speculation, based on my own logic, I may come to a wrong conclusion. Once one person was walking on the sidewalk. He is dragging his leg. He is not able to kind of lift the step, and he's just kind of dragging his foot. There happens to be a few doctors standing outside. They were having some conference, and in the break they were standing outside, and they saw this person limping, kind of dragging his foot, and they started giving their theories. One happened to be a neurologist, and this person said maybe this particular nerve system which is going from the foot to the mind is broken. It's not giving proper signal, and because there is some neuron failure in his leg, and he is not able to lift his leg properly, and he's dragging his foot. There was another orthopedician. He said, no, that is not the problem. I think there is a problem in his tibula, bone. There is some problem in the bone. The bone is not strong enough for him to lift his leg. So like that, they were giving their own theories, their own assumptions, hypothesis that this is the problem, that is the problem, that's why he is not able to lift his foot. They said, okay, let's call this person and ask him and see who among us is correct. So they called that person. The person came. See, one doctor said, see, this is my conclusion. That is why you are not able to kind of walk properly. And the third, second, everybody gave their theories. And tell us what is your real problem. And this person says, you all are wrong. None of this is problem. My slipper is broken. So I am not able to walk properly. So I am dragging my slipper with my foot. So what is that? We try to give our hypothesis, our rationalization, and try to understand certain things. So that method is also prone to errors. And the third method of acquiring knowledge is the knowledge which is coming from a parampara, as a descending order. See, our method of acquiring knowledge in this world is ascending order. Right? From down to up, we try to understand upward. And in that way, we can never gain perfect knowledge. Because water doesn't go from bottom to top. Water comes from down to up, from top to down. So same with the knowledge flows downward. When the knowledge is coming in a descending order, that is the perfect method of acquiring knowledge. And that descending method of acquiring knowledge is coming from the Shastra, coming from the Guru Parampara. And in that way we understand through the eyes of scripture, then we can gain the perfect knowledge. And in the scripture there is perfect knowledge given about the creation of this universe, about all these different details, about the different activities of the Lord at different times, and what are the time calculations also. We are like an ant in comparison to Brahma's life duration, and all these details are given in scripture, but we want to use our scientific brain, we want to do our experiments, and we want to understand the things in that way. So the perfect method is, while we are trying to do all our other things in this world, we need to understand through Shastra Chakshu, with the eyes of scripture. Then our knowledge can be perfect. So yes, people are doing a lot of scientific studies to find the age of Ramasetu, to prove the life of Lord Ramachandra and all that. They can continue with their endeavor and they may not reach to a perfect conclusion. Because there are always some starting assumptions, right? And we may never come to the right conclusion. So the only method to gain the perfect knowledge is when we approach the Shastra, when we approach the Guru. And yes, the other scientific methods, they also help us to believe in Krishna. See, when we see all this nature, when we see all this natural beauty here, we have to ask ourselves, who created this? I did not create this. He did not create this. It was not created in the lab somewhere. So somebody has created this. So who is the creator behind this? Somebody can create a paper rose, right? A plastic rose. But there are so many natural roses outside which are full of fragrance. So who created that? For the plastic rose, somebody has created it. So if for a plastic rose somebody has to create this, what about all these things which are available in nature? किसी ने तो बनाया होगा. So that is the jigyasa. That is athato brahma jigyasa. Therefore we should inquire. And that's from where the spiritual life begins, to inquire. So many scientists, because of their connection with science, they accepted the existence of God. If we are trying to prove so many these things, ultimately it's all futile. So God is great. So science also leads to belief in God many times.
So, for example, in our like we have like a Viman concept
Hmm.
long time back. So, what all the details are available in which scripture? It's like any detail, like because the concept was there, so definitely something was there. So, to know more about that information, uh, where to look for? I mean, like how to find like more information about that concept was there. So, how they build
So
it?
first of all, see, everything may not be in a written scripture, in a written down information. What is scripture? Let's understand first what is scripture. Is scripture a book? Scripture is not just a book. It is a theology. Book came into existence only 500 years ago. Before that, there was no printing presses to print the books. But scripture existed from lifetime, like from age old. So, what is scripture? Scripture is knowledge which is existing from eternity in a different forms. Earlier, the knowledge was received in an oral reception. Somebody heard from somebody, from the Guru had heard from somebody, and that is how the knowledge is passed down. Only 5000 years ago, Vyasadev, knowing the situation of Kali Yuga, that people will be mandabuddhi, they cannot remember anything. You tell somebody one thing and they cannot remember for long. I tell you my phone number 24846481555. You say, hold on, let me write down. Speak slowly. So we do not have capacity to remember anything. So knowing the situation of Kali Yuga, Vyasadev as a empowered incarnation, Shaktivesh avatar, he put down some of the all this knowledge, scriptures into written form. The Vedas, Upanishads, Purana. So they were put in written form. So many of the Upanishads, many of the Veda, the parts of Veda, they deal with many different type of knowledge. Like in Veda, one section is Ayurveda, one section is this no, Vastu, right? All these things are there. So same way, this knowledge about Vimana, that also may be there in some sections. Now, if we try to understand all the Vedas, all these things, our lifetime is not enough. 100 years of lifetime as a human being in Kali Yuga, first of all, to learn Sanskrit, it will take us 16 years to 25 years to properly learn Sanskrit. And then reading all these scriptures is not even possible in this one lifetime. So if somebody has an interest, yes, I want to search out every page of the written Shastras and want to find out where in scriptures is written about the information about the Vimana, somebody may be able to do that research and find out.
Prabhu, I have seen one clip wherein it is mentioned that there is already a written proof for Vimana,
Mhm.
which is far before.
Yes.
Can I comment on this? I can tell the detail of that lady too. Manisha Chandra ji की जो मम्मी है, right, उनकी मम्मी, she is working in the late मतलब है कि जापान में भी काम उन्होंने कर रखा था. Now Modi ji is personally working with her, and she is working from Michigan only in Troy, and she is working with Modi ji's program in which she is writing the details of the Pushpak Viman. She is
Right.
researching on it, and she is
So yes,
she
people
wants
are
to go and meet her.
oriented for that type of information in the scripture and they want to just dig out that information. The point I was saying, our human life is very limited. If we want to utilize that time to find out these details in the scripture, ultimately, yes, we may be able to find out. You find out that information, you built a Biman, ultimately what? What next? What did you achieve after that?
Yeah, basically, it basically attract us to go more deeper and deeper into our culture, our scripture.
Yes, so basically
So
again
basically
we are
attraction.
coming to the point of I want to prove it through sense
Validation.
perception.
Validation.
Sense perception validation, then I am going to gain more faith into that. and then I will develop. So we will continue, keep going in life after life after life in these circles to develop that faith. And that's why Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschit mam veti tatvatah. So many thousands and thousands. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janmanam ante. After going through many lifetimes, somebody who has come to this point, come to this knowledge, Vasudeva Sarvam iti sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That person, that Mahatma is very rare. So your point was, yes, if we kind of come to that finding, that conclusion, it will help us to gain more faith, to go more deeper into that. So ultimately, what is that point? That yes, we will continue that search, that will keep going from lifetime after lifetime, and then come to this point, understanding, yes, Vasudeva is everything. Now I come to this conclusion, I understand that. But better than that is, listen to the Shastra. Shastra is saying that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just surrender unto Him. Matta paratram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana eva. I am the cause behind everything. Everything is strung into me as a pearls are strung into a thread. So Krishna is the source of everything. So rather than going through this sense perception method, experimental method to gain that faith, directly come to this process through the knowledge given in scriptures, the descending process of acquiring knowledge.
Basically, the aim is not to both find out this, then only we will believe that. No, that is
So,
not the
right.
situation. Basically, so whatever comes in our way, we want to have the curiosity to know more about
Yes,
other
so
things also.
we
So
can-
This is our that following that path. This also comes in our way. So let's find out what it
Yes,
is.
that can be done. So we can be
Like Ayurveda, you mentioned. No, Ayurveda really people are following the Ayurveda,
Mhm.
and then it is benefited to so many people. Now more and more people are digging into the Ayurveda, and then they are finding out the information, knowledge what was lost in the past.
right.
It came through this generation
Yes.
because of some reason. There may be so many reasons. So now people are really getting benefited with our Ayurvedic whole concept, and then it's real science.
Right. It is real science. So again, we do not need to get derailed. Just focus, keep focus on the main goal, main path, and on parallelly, yes, we can look into the other things also. Okay. So I think we'll end it here. It's getting late. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.